The Prime Minister is in fact, one of his election rallies earlier this month had said that 40 TMC MLAs are in touch with the Bengal BJP leaders. TMC had shot down his claim, with Mamata Banerjee saying that not a single corporator will join. But she was proven wrong on Tuesday when not just 2 MLAs from her party but 63 councillors from 3 municipalities also crossed over in the single biggest coup engineered by one-time Mamata Banerjee confidant Mukul Roy.
Clear and present danger for Trinamool Congress. Our former party strongman Mukul Roy parading 2 MLAs, 63 corporators and 3 panchayat chiefs on the BJP dais. One of the 2 MLAs, Mukul Roy's son, Shubhranshu, who was expelled by the TMC. BJP claims this was the first of the 7 phases of defection.
बंगाल में 7 चरण में चुनाव हुए थे. हम भी इसी प्रकार अगले महीने 7 चरण में ज्वाइनिंग का कार्यक्रम करेंगे.
BJP controls 3 municipalities, Kachrapara, Halishahar and Naihati. TMC has 124 of 128, including Kolkata Corporation. All the 3 are under Barakpur Lok Sabha seat that was won on BJP ticket by former TMC strongman Arjun Singh. What led them to switch over?
Democracy is totally lost in West Bengal for TMC. तो ये हमारा एक डेमोक्रेसी प्रतिष्ठा करने के लिए, स्वाधीनता दिलाने के लिए, और सबसे बड़ी बात है लोगों को दिल में अभी मोदी लहर चल रहा है और मोदी जी की जो काम है उस काम में अपना आपको मतलब शामिल करने के लिए आज सब लोग हमारा बहुत सारा एमएलए काउंसिलर बहुत सारा ऐसे नेता कर्मी सब ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं भाजपा.
TMC reacted by saying people of West Bengal are with Mamata Banerjee. Today, 2 of 221 MLAs went to BJP. One was a son, a step in the right direction for BJP to encourage dynastic politics, clearly alluding to Mukul Roy and his son. Mukul Roy was the man who built Trinamool Congress brick by brick. Now he is engineering the disintegration of the party. Having made 3 MLAs cross over and 63 councillors, he is now trying to unseat Trinamool Congress from the municipalities next year. In New Delhi, with camera person Gauri Prasad, Rika Roy for NDTV.
Let's now take a look at the map of India and what activity is happening in each of these states, because this is significant. So let's quickly put up that map on screen so that you can see state by state what is actually happening. We'll go with Madhya Pradesh first. In Madhya Pradesh, there is a crisis-like situation for the Kamal Nath government. You have a situation where the Congress, which won 1 seat of the 29 seats in the Lok Sabha elections, has suddenly led to a lot of churn in the state. Then 121 members have actually extended their support for the ruling combine. The BJP, in fact, has 7, pardon me for that number, they have 109, which is 7 less from the majority. And thus, you have a lot of camp war taking place in Madhya Pradesh, perhaps the BJP hoping that they will benefit. Shift focus to the other state now. We'll talk about Karnataka. In Karnataka, the JDS Congress has accused the BJP of launching Operation Lotus. There are cracks within the Congress-JDS alliance. Many leaders like Roshan Beg are very unhappy with the Congress party. They're very openly expressing their unhappiness and dissatisfaction also, where Yedurappa says will welcome decision if Congress-JDS dissolves assembly. Then we talk about West Bengal, the all-crucial, where a lot of activity happened today. 63 of the councillors and 2 MLAs moved or shifted to the BJP. Trinamool has a massive majority in the Vidhan Sabha though, so 2 MLAs are not going to make a lot of difference. But is this the beginning? Look at that number, 211 out of 295. But is this the beginning of what we will see all through next year in the build-up to 2021? And then we talk about Rajasthan, the other tumultuous state where a lot of activity seems to be having, where Congress lost a lot of seats. Congress won nil in the 23rd of May counting, and obviously there is a blame game which is on at present. So how is the Congress planning to go about this entire election, this entire development? Let's quickly put that for a discussion. We've got Vineet Goenka, is the secretary of the CKS. We've got Anirban Ganguly. He's also with us, slightly sympathetic towards the Trinamool Congress, so at least will present the viewpoint. And we have Sanjeev Tiwari, he's a political analyst, also joining us in the studio. Mr. Goenka, I'll begin with you. The Bharatiya Janata Party is saying that these are people who are gravitating towards the BJP because they feel that the BJP is also powerful now. It can understand the aspirations of the people better, right? But when comments are made by many of the leaders of the BJP, when the Prime Minister no less says the 40 MLAs are in touch, when we actually see all of that happening where 2 MLAs have joined, Gyandev Ahuja in Rajasthan is saying that 25 MLAs are in touch. Should this not be read as the BJP very openly professing horse trading, Mr. Goenka?
No, I think you have to differentiate into two things. One, if somebody joins a political party with a greed, then probably you can put him in the bracket of something called as horse trading. But somebody is attracted towards the philosophy and also the mantra of development, then why do you want to call him as a horse trading? Maybe probably this is his time when he has enlightened himself that the right party is probably Bharatiya Janata Party, which believes in democracy, which believes in the constitution of this country. On the other side, you will see there are organizations which believe in violence, which believes in lawlessness, and what has happened to West Bengal in the last 3 years, shameful thing. West Bengal is a very progressive state. I know that state in and out because I keep going there. There are violence, the activists were killed on the roads, they were hanged on the trees, and probably somewhere these people who were associated with TMC, they felt guilt, they felt it was not appropriate for them to continue with such a dictatorial behavior of Mamtaji, such a violent style of functioning by DMC, and I think they did a right move. When they said we believe in development, we believe in Modi ji because Modi ji has focused on development, and what he has done in the last 5 years is unbelievable, unmatchable.
No, I will tell you, I'll tell you, Mr. Goenka, how I feel that this is a BJP game plan. Let's quickly put up those graphics on screen on why I feel that this is a well-calculated strategy used by the BJP in state after state after state. I'll ask the producers to quickly put up those graphics and how you find rebel leaders who then become the BJP's biggest strength. In the Northeast, the BJP won 18 out of 25 seats. You know why? Because you engineered by getting Mr. Hemant Biswa Sarma in your fold. Hemant Biswa Sarma left the Congress and joined the BJP.
He did the right thing.
One moment. So, rebel. Let's take a look at another state. We're talking about the Northeast. You look at other states, you look at West Bengal, you have a Mukul Roy.
He's a good guy.
No. Whether he's good or not, my point is you find a rebel. I'm not saying this is a strategy, and I can see a similarity in state after state. In West Bengal, the BJP won 18 out of 42 seats because Mukul Roy engineered this. He left the TMC and joined the BJP. Let's quickly get all those states one by one. In Karnataka, you've got SM Krishna, where meetings are taking place. In Uttar Pradesh, you've got Swami Prasad Maurya as well as Rita Bahuguna Joshi. Uttarakhand, you've got Congress rebels. State after state, Mr. Goenka.
Yeah, you forgot some names like VK Patil from Maharashtra. You forgot that.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Gujarat, there are some people of joined. But see, I'll tell you, is it wrong for...
So you admit this is the BJP strategy?
No.
Rebel,
rather let me...
and then try break into a fortress.
No, let me just split this for the sake of the audience, and I'm sure your experience is more than my experience in political scene. When somebody gets enlightened and he feels that what he was doing was wrong and he wants to correct himself, so there is an old saying, "Jab uthe tabhi savera," and I think these leaders realize that what they were doing in the past was not right. They were not aligning with the right philosophy. They are now aligning with the right philosophy, right not in the sense of right philosophy, but right in the face of correct ones. You see, Hemanta Vishwasji, after he came in Northeast, a lot of development has happened. He, with his experience plus vision and the decisive power of BJP, I think that gave development in Northeast. You see, the same way Mukul Roy, how he was frustrated and he was clustered in TMC. The moment he came in Bharatiya Janata Party, he is implementing his ideas. He is sharing how development can be done in West Bengal.
Okay,
and see the way it has been done.
Let me get in. I don't think it is as harmless as you're making it sound, because many people are not going to agree with that.
It is harmful to the people who are against democracy, those who believe in lawlessness. It is harmful to the people who believe in violent...
No, breaking someone else's party is democratic.
We never broke them. They knocked our doors, we just welcomed them.
So you're saying these people are coming on their own?
So, see, Sanket, you're most welcome to come to my house, sir.
Okay. Anirban Ganguly. Anirban, what is happening to the TMC right now is that the BJP is engineering a coup. and we can see state after state with the help of this graphic representation, we can prove that this is a strategy. They pick up a rebel and then they break into respective fortresses. Anirban, could you not see this coming, or could the TMC not see this coming? I mean, are we staring at an inevitability in 2021?
The TMC has been able to not only consolidate their own strength compared to what they polled in 2014, but they have actually had an increase of 3.5% votes. And what the TMC government in the state has been doing for the last 5 years is try and put together welfare schemes from the part of the government irrespective of caste, creed or religion. And that welfare scheme, this plan of pushing in welfare schemes has paid off handsomely. Now what has actually happened is that a huge chunk of the left front votes, that is almost 22% of the left front votes, has en masse shifted to the camp of the BJP. Whether it has been engineered by the BJP or whether it was simply an impromptu decision on the part of the voters, we don't know, but it is that exodus of 22% votes from the left that has actually helped the BJP look so nice. Of course, they have polled nearly 40% votes, they have got 18 seats, but the vote share of the TMC, based on whatever they have done in the state,
about vote share, Anirban, because
increased.
this is a convenient argument to place. I am saying, I hope you realize 62 councillors, 63 to be precise, and 2 MLAs, one from the left, is not a very good picture. And if you believe the BJP, you've got a Kailash Vijayvargiya very openly saying, "Abhi ye shuruaat hai." This is just the beginning. There are many more.
Yes, now the BJP has
Where
been,
does that leave?
yes,
Where does that
BJP has
leave
been
the
trying and yes. See, the BJP has been trying to do this, implement this kind of a plan throughout the throughout India in various states. Even in Goa, we have seen it. In Northeast, we have seen it. This is something they try in every state. It's not about their political ideology or political philosophy. It's a clamor for power at any cost is what is defining the BJP right now. They will try and poach in. Yeah,
so
absolutely.
This is a strategy,
Yes,
clamoring for power, says Mr. Anirban. Sanjeev Tiwari, I want to bring you in. Would you agree with that? I will come to you, Mr. Goenka.
Sanket, the thing is that today's joining of the TMC, 63 TMC corporators in the BJP, and what do you call Pramukh of the BJP and 3 MLAs of the TMC into the BJP, says that the TMC is a sinking ship now. And the people in the TMC, they have realized either it's the voters or
Mr.
it's
Sanjeev
the
Tiwari,
corporators or it's the leaders.
The allegation is that you would go, the BJP will go to any length.
Sanket, I am coming to that.
I will
give you.
Now you could turn around
I will
and say
give
what
you
is
rationale
wrong.
for that. I will give you definite rationale for that. He was just talking, Anirban was just talking about the change in the vote percentage of the TMC. But has he realized the change in the vote percentage of that of the BJP? There is 27% increase in the vote percentage of the BJP, and that is the huge margin. Not only that,
Mr. Tiwari, as well as Mr. Anirban, you're trying to confuse me in the math.
No, it's not
I'm
maths. It's not
you're talking about vote share and all.
Sanket,
it's nice to have this legitimate conversation, but my point is
the chemistry which is working on the ground.
What is the chemistry?
And the chemistry
to
is
break
that
into a
the
party.
people of West Bengal, they have realized that the hope, the ray of hope is there only in the BJP. And why it's that? Because enough of the violence is there by the TMC
Are you
workers.
trying to say that these people are coming on your own, Anirban, very quickly?
They are coming on their own.
These people are drifting on their own? And more
had they drifted on their own, they could have switched over even before the election results were out. They were actually waiting for the election results. They saw that in their constituency Arjun Singh won. Only then did the switch over the camps. Had they been drawn in by the philosophy of the BJP, they would have done it much earlier.
Oh, significant point. Vinit Goenka, significant point. If they thought that BJP is this lovely political magnet, then this should have happened before the result, not after the result. Obviously, this has got nothing to do with Mr. Modi as this, guiding light for these people.
I'll come down this, but I would like to respond to what Honorable Anirban ji said few minutes back, that, there is hunger for power for these people to come in. Let me just show him the mirror. There is an old saying, "Aina dekh ke dar lag raha hai aapko." What Miss Mamata Banerjee did with Congress, she was part of Congress, she rebelled. took away the entire power of Congress, used Congress against Congress and formed her own TMC. She fought with CPI and she was elected by the people of West Bengal as an alternate to CPI. But what we saw now is, again she rebelled against the people, she aligned with CPI, she aligned with Congress to go against Bharatiya Janata Party. What was the purpose? Only purpose was anti-Modi. There was no agenda. Agenda was isko nahi landena. And she used all the foul languages which morally you and I would actually restrict from using. While the Prime Minister was calling her Didi, he was talking to her in all the... She used words which you and I would otherwise get her. Now today, when her own people are rebelling against her, why should she feel bad? She rebelled and she ditched Congress. She rebelled and ditched the people of
Sanjeev Tiwari, so you are saying it's part and parcel of the philosophy of being a politician.
No, and whom she is promoting, last one line Sankeetji, she is not promoting people of West Bengal, she is just promoting her own nephew against the wish of all the West Bengalis.
Vineet Goenka, Sanjeev Tiwari as well as Anirban, thank you very much for this short duration discussion.